Hello and welcome to English Capsules. Today's capsule, Carnival. Get your coffee ready and let's get started.
Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to our capsule about this special celebration, Carnival. We wanted to start by just giving you a few references if you don't know why we celebrate Carnival, for instance. Carnival is traditionally celebrated, at least for Catholics, is traditionally celebrated like a few days before the period of Lent begins.
Mm-hmm.
Lent means Quaresma, and
Right.
those are the 40 days before Easter, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So, because Lent is going to be a period where you have to do sacrifice and, well, this kind of stuff. So, this was the time where you could go like out of control and celebrate
Celebrate
excessively. So, you enjoy the pleasures of life because
because
then you're
then
not going to have them for 40 days.
exactly. So when we started debating about this topic, we said, okay, it is really popular. Actually, there is a holiday honoring this day or these days because it is 2 days. And then we said, okay, it takes place here. It has been part of our childhood, let's say, because when we were kids, it was like the funny thing to celebrate Carnival. But we also remembered that there are other places, other countries in the world, like Venice, which is also very popular. Uh, they also celebrate this, but it is cold when they do it. It is not summer, as in our case. So um, that is why we started to dig in a little bit more in order to try to understand why it is celebrated. And then, well, now we know it is because of religion.
Religion is always there around
Yeah.
dictating the calendar. The
Hmm.
part that we don't understand is how they make this calculation because we were like trying to remember from our childhood, and it was like Carnival was always in February
Hmm.
and Easter is sometimes in March, but sometimes is in April as this year.
How do they, yeah, exactly. How do they calculate 40 days? Do they count in a calendar the days like 1, 2, 3, 40 backwards, right? Because it is before. I don't know. Maybe someone in the audience can enlighten us, telling us why or how they do it.
Another thing that is curious for me is that here it is holidays.
Hmm.
But as we said, it's not the same holidays as there because here in Spain, the holidays are Friday and Monday. But it's only a holiday for schools, it's not holidays for everyone.
Right. Okay.
And typically, this is called Semana Blanca.
Very strange. Here in Argentina, this year it is happening on the 3rd and 4th of March, which is a Monday and a Tuesday. So there is something else connected to Tuesday, particularly because you know that Tuesday is also connected with Mardi Gras.
Mhm.
So, which is another celebration, also full of color and music and happiness and everything. But well, but it has to be a Tuesday.
So, for those who don't know, Mardi Gras is Carnival,
Mm-hmm.
but is the way they call it in New Orleans, particularly,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, probably if you are a fan of The Simpsons, you know Mardi Gras.
It's really popular in many movies, in many series. They also mention it because they go to New Orleans to have fun, to exchange these necklaces, or I don't know if it is exchanging or collecting, or but they
I
do
think
it.
it's collecting.
Collecting, right? The person who has the most is like the winner. Okay.
I think they are like kind of declare like the king of the carnival or the queen of the carnival, something like this.
Good.
So now that we've mentioned this, I was thinking that a typical thing here in Spain, in Canary Island, is they have like a contest of drag queens.
Ah.
for
Interesting.
Carnival, and it's like one of the most popular events in the island. So they choose the queen of the Carnival.
Very nice. Okay. That brings us to the kind of clothes people wear uh, on this date. Not people in general, but maybe people who participate on the parades or maybe bands. Here in Argentina, it is very common. Argentina, and I would say maybe Brazil, it is very common to have costumes, masks, very colorful, very tiny in some cases. But it is very colorful and happy, and it goes along with the music, right? It's
Right.
like it brings you to dancing, which is something that doesn't happen in Venice.
I think in Venice it's like more formal, let's say.
Or formal, yeah.
I mean,
Well,
they were darker colors. The tones I have seen are like dark red, green, and blue. The most traditional, I would say. And
black.
I don't know if people know, but one of the typical things that you can buy in Venice is the carnival mask.
Hmm.
That they are made of they are made with a very specific technique because they have to be of a specific type of paper. Is mache paper,
Hmm.
so they are very expensive, the ones that you that you can get. But it's true, it's winter here, so I don't know if the if people are so jolly about being outside and this.
I think that that's why the clothes are like that, because in a way, under those clothes you can wear something else to warm up, because it's like if not, you can die frozen.
And going back to the Canary Islands, I think that's why they have this contest there because the weather there is closer to the weather in Argentina because it's in the
Hmm.
southern hemisphere.
Okay.
So uh, the weather there is nicer. Most people go to the islands during this weekend because they have nice weather. One thing that you
Yes.
mentioned, our childhood, and I was thinking today, well, because you mentioned that. So
Okay.
Mateo, my
Sorry.
son, had to go all this week with different outfits to daycare. Yes. Um, like each day of the week was a different topic. Today, he went up with a costume, superhero costume.
Okay.
So when I was thinking of my carnival, first of all, we didn't have classes
No,
because classes
because
started in March.
it was February, right?
Yeah. And second, I remember not wearing costumes like the typical thing that you did in my childhood in Argentina for Carnival was playing with water
Hmm.
and with these nieve loca and these things, but not wearing costumes or any of the sort, particularly because in my city we didn't have parades or anything of the sort.
In my city, we used to have, there was like a parade, but it wasn't related to Carnival. It was related to Chasha. Chasha
What's
is a celebration that happens in La Rioja, and they have this Rey Momo that they call it. But it is also, in a way, I don't know how, but it is related to Carnival because you have the parades, people dance with the special batucada music. They are wearing costumes, the ones that we mentioned, the ones that like similar to Brazil, and then they at the end of the, I think it is 2 weekends. Well, I think it is 2 weekends. The second weekend they burn this Rey Momo, which is it is not a person, of course. It's a dummy,
I,
so it's like a ritual. I don't know what the relationship is between all the things that we are among all the things that we are mentioning, but well, if it happens at the same time, maybe they are all related in a way,
probably they all have like a root in common. Like even though, as we said at
right?
the beginning, this is related, well, the Catholics give to it a very specific meaning, but probably this is more ancient than Catholicism.
Yeah.
So Their roots, I imagine, throughout the world are more or less the same. Then they adapted it
They
to each
adapted
of the
to.
contexts.
Okay, so before we go, remember to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Give love to our content and spread the word to help our channel grow.
Also, remember that you can rate our episodes and comment on each capsule. Activate the bell so that you know when our next capsule is out. And take a look at the description and our Instagram account to take more advantage of our content.
Okay, so that's all for today. Bye for now.
Bye.